तो आओ यार शुरू करते हैं बिना किसी बकचोद
Yeah, boy.
पैसा ही पैसा होगा।
भाई मजा आया, और मैं ये जो मजा है हिंदुस्तान के हर व्यक्ति को देना चाहता हूं।
घमंड न करना जिंदगी में, घमंड न करना जिंदगी में, तकदीर बदलती रहती है, आईना वही रहता है, तस्वीर बदलती रहती है। Good evening, friends. I welcome you all in this HTML learning series where we have finished till now HTML links. Now we will move to HTML images. So let us start with HTML images. Images are actually improving the design and performance or appearance of any web page. So whenever we are applying on a web page any image, it is making it more lucrative. You find it more appealing. So for you applying any image to a web page, we are using the image tag img. Img tag is used, and in that tag it is not actually inserting any image on a web page. It is basically linking the image to the web page. So whenever your browser is loading, it will hold a space for that referenced image. That image that is linked, it will be loaded, and it is not like it is inserting into any page. So there are two required attributes that we are using for image. So those attributes that we are using is src tag. Src is actually specifying the path to the image, where the image is located. That path is being shown by the src attribute. And alt is for alternate text. Suppose for any reason whenever the web page loads, the uh, suppose the image is not loaded because of slow connection, or there is any error in the source attribute, so it will display the alternate text for an image. Or you are using any screen reader. Suppose you are a person who is accessing the web browser, is a specially challenged or specially able person. He is using the screen reader, so that screen reader will read the text for that image, because he cannot see the image, so the text would be read by that screen reader. And if a browser cannot find the image, it will display the value of the alt attribute. So here image source attribute and the image path. See, image path is wrongname.gif and alt text is flowers in Chenia. So it will be displaying that screen reader is a software program that is actually reading the HTML code and allows the user to listen to the content. The screen readers are very useful for visually impaired and learning disabled person. You can also use two methods to resize your image. So for image source this, you can use the style attribute like this, where you can define the width and height, and you can also simply use the width and height attribute itself in the image tag. So both ways you can do, but style part is highly recommended. It prevents the style sheet from changing the size of the images. So here you can use like this. In this example, it is shown in the style attribute. In the head tag, you can mention for the image width is 100%. You can do. And if the image is in another folder other than where that page is lying, so that in that case you can write it relative path. Here you can see the relative path of that image. This html5.zip image is lying in the images folder. Or if there is images on another server website, so you can specify the absolute path or URL, full URL in the source attribute like this you can see here. here the whole absolute path is being defined. You can also use the animated images like GIFs. So GIFs you can use for displaying in the web page. Images can also be used as a link. So for using it as a link, you have to use a tag. In the image tag itself, you have to, in the a tag you can write the image tag. So here you can see it here. When you write like this in the a tag, when you will click the image, it will direct it to the link. So this image will be displayed as a link. So here you can see. So a tag href is equal to default.aspx. It is the page. It is a link in the a tag, and image source is defined. So you can also use as image as a link. Image float property is used. So you can write style float right or float left. It will float the image to the right of the text or the left of a text. You can use these formats of images, APNG, GIFs, or Microsoft Icon.ico. These are the file extensions that are supported by the all browsers that is currently being used widely for accessing the HTML pages. Now we will see next in where these images, how they can be styled as a map. So in map you can also specify the area. Map is actually defining an inside an image map. So you can create a map inside any image. Map means you can use it for, it is a very interesting subject. And here you can see whenever I will hover over the laptop, so it will link me to some area. Whenever I will move the cursor to the mobile, it will move me to some other link. Likewise, you can see in the coffee. So here you can map the image. Actually, it is a clickable area where you can click something in an image. So that clickable area can be defined with the help of the map tag. So for using the map tag, it is highly recommended that you use the area tags also, because without area tag it will not work. You will define the coordinates in x and y. So for a rectangle, suppose in how it is, we will first see how it is being used. Like here you have to write the code like this. If I click on the laptop, so it will take me to this page, computer, right? And if again I click on the mobile, so you can see where it will take me. When I click on the mobile, it will take me some other page. So like inside an image, you can define various areas, clickable areas according to the shape of the object in that image. So if I click on the coffee, it will take me to the coffee section. So we will see how it is actually defined. So the idea behind an image map is that you can perform different action depending on the images we click. So the image is inserted using the image tag. The only difference from other images is that you must use a use map attribute. So here use map attribute is to be used inside the image tag, because src and alt is always there. It is a required attribute in image, but for using it as a map, we have to use map attribute, right? If we will use map attribute in image, then only you can do that, and its value will always start with hash followed by the name of the image map, that is used to create relation between the image and the image map. Then we will add a map element, and map element is used to create a image map and is linked to the image by name. So here you can see name is equal to work map. So whatever the name you will define in the image, the same name should be given in the map name. It must have the same value as the image's use map attribute, otherwise it will not work. So here you can see the various shapes like rectangle, circle, polygon, and default means entire region. When you will see default, it will use the entire image region. Shape is equal to rectangle. Rectangle, in rectangle case, you have to define in pairs. One pair for x and one for y. Like here you can define the margin from the, here it is 34, 44. So this much distance from here to here, it is 34 in the x-axis from the left margin, and y is from the top margin. It is 44. You can see from the top. Likewise, the other coordinate, it will be from in the other diagonal end. So other diagonal end would be from the left it is 270 and from the top it is 350. So other pair would be this. So that is the enough data for a rectangular area. So this would be the example. Here you can see area shape is equal to rectangle and coordinates is equal to this, and the href is equal to the page where you want to link whenever it will be clicking. So likewise, this whole laptop as a rectangle would be used for the user. In the same case, you can also define for the circular shape, like in this case, the cup of coffee. In this case, you have to first define the center of the circle. So center of the circle, from the left, distance from the left is 337. From the top, it is 300. So this becomes the center. Now you have to write the radius. So radius is suppose 44. So it will cover the whole cup as a circular element, and whenever any user will click over this cup, it will redirect to the link where href is defined. In the same way, you can also do for the polygon, for any polygon shape, so which create a shape formed with a straight lines. So here you can, or it is a croissant shape or crescent shape. Crescent shape, you can see it is a type of polygon. So here you can define the various coordinates in pairs, and all the area that is being defined in pairs, it will be used as a clickable area, and it will redirect the user to the href section where it is defined. But you have to remember the coordinate will always come in pairs, in the x-axis and the other for y-axis. Otherwise it will not work. Image map and JavaScript. So image map, it is not only redirecting to a different page, you can also use it as a JavaScript function. You can see on click is equal to my function. You can write some function and then a user click on it. So some function will be used for it.
Practice your HTML knowledge will also enhance. With this, I will be ending this session, and in the next session we will be moving to the HTML images in depth. Till then, bye bye.
Tata. Goodbye. Gaya.
Fine. So whenever I will click the coffee cup, it will give me a JavaScript function and it will redirect me like this. This is all about HTML maps. Now we will move further to background images, where we will learn how to apply background images. In the HTML background images, you can use it to apply either for an HTML element by using the style element in the head section of the HTML page. Like P for that paragraph, it will apply the background image, and you can specify in the URL the path of the background image, or you can also apply to the whole page by using in the body tag. Whenever you will write for the body element, it will apply for the whole page like this. And if you write background repeat, if the image is smaller than the element, then it will repeat itself horizontally and vertically until it reaches the end of the element. So if you will say no repeat, background repeat is equal to no repeat, so it will not repeat, and it will just the image will be displayed inside only once. It will not repeat itself, like we have seen in that case when it is not defined. By default it will repeat itself. So here you can see it will not repeat. When you will write background repeat is equal to no repeat, so it will not repeat itself. So here you can see the body element is used. Background size is cover. So when you will write cover, it will cover the entire element, and background attachment property is fixed. So this background image will cover the entire element with no stretching. The image will keep its original proportion. It will cover the entire element. So whatever is written, it will be displayed inside it. You can see over here in this code the h2 background cover, set background color. So whatever is written, it will be displayed above it, and it will cover everything under it. Background stretch means you can stretch it to fill the entire element. 100% property can be used. So you have to write this background size attribute, and value would be 100%. So it will stretch itself. Now we will move further and we will see interesting, that is picture element. How to use that picture element. Picture element is always used to display different pictures for different devices or screen sizes. So whenever a user will be using different screen sizes, the picture would be changing by itself. So here you can see by default the girl's image will be shown. When the user changes the screen size, suppose he is using it on the tab, so it will be displayed as a car, and when the page would be loading on laptop, it will be showing as a vegetable image. So this picture element contains one or more source elements and source set attribute. This is used picture tag and picture element, and inside it source media. So a lot different images can be used as a source set attribute is there. So defining the media, the width. So here you can see here in this case, when the user is using this picture element, so it will display the image inside it, and whenever the screen size will change, so with the change of the screen size, the picture will also change. So here you can see when I am changing the screen size, the picture element is being changed. Here you can see now the screen is bigger and here the element is of car. When it will be further changed, it will change to a vegetable or a food. So you can see like what we have done here. Whenever the user is using that web page on different devices with different width and height, so it will likewise change it. The image will change. The picture attribute, picture element is being used for it. So here we can see about the picture element. As the width of the device is changing, the image is also changing. So this picture is basically used, this picture element is basically used when you have a small screen or device, so it is not necessary to load a large image file. So you can use the first source element and whatever the matching attribute value it would be, it will load and other elements would be ignored. In the same way, you can also use it for the format support. Suppose a browser is not supporting some kind of images, so you can write the images in other formats, and whichever format the browser will support, it will display that image. So it is basically used for that purpose only. The other and the smallest other topic that we have to study is HTML favicon. So how to add a favicon in HTML? Favicon is basically the icon that you see in the title bar in the left of your web page, in the tab in the browser that is there. So in after the title element you have to link rel is equal to icon and type its image slash x icon, and you can write the link of that image where it is located. So whenever you will reload it, it will display the icon in the tab. It is basically the favicon or favorite icon image. This is a small thing that is being used to display the links, that icon in the tab section. So that's all about images. In the next chapter, I hope you enjoyed it. In the next chapter, we will study more in depth about the title section. Till then, bye bye, take care.